Hi there, Mr. P, the American Rebel. One more thing about Ukraine and this Russia thing, just so that you know this, because part of it, my wife and my wife and a bunch of people don't understand our understanding this, but I've come to understand what's going on. The reason why Russia's invading Ukraine and may go to Moldova and all this, Russia, Russia was one time the USSR. It was a big continent. It was as big as a continent. But then after a while, after the fall of Gorbachev, a lot of these parts broke apart, like Ukraine and Moldova and all these other small nations that are nations now that were part of the USSR. Well, the thing is, now that Gorbachev is done and been out of there, Putin's involved. Now, Putin really didn't want us to give up, and he was in office, a smaller office at the time. The background on this is that that Putin is trying to take back what Gorbachev gave up. So, in other words, Ukraine is not the only spot. He's soon going to be taking over Moldova and all the other countries that once were part of the USSR. This is the key thing that people don't understand is that Putin has been in charge of this, but the United Nations is a flock of crap. These he's using the United Nations to fund it. And Biden, like I said, Biden is funding the oil, is buying oil. And not only that, that China is not doing sanctions. Why? Because they're in bed with Russia. They're in bed with working with each other. As a matter of fact, keep in mind, China still may go after Taiwan now that Biden put more pressure on us as Americans because of Ukraine and Russia and Ukraine. But now you know the truth about what's happening with Ukraine and Russia. Russia is trying to grab about all the territories and all the nations that it once gave up, they held inland wise, and make it a whole USSR again. That's basically what's happening here. And we need to be able to pay attention on this. But the thing is, this is something we need to stop. But if we're going to stop it wholeheartedly, we need to stop it all. Which means we got to stop funding, instead of just taking the oligarchy stuff, we need to stop funding them for oil and take care of our own oil. Peace out.